What's up, guys? We're right out of the theater. We just watched Batman vs. Superman, and we're gonna talk to you all about it.
What have you done?
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Well, hello everybody. Like he just said 2 seconds ago, we just watched Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and the movie started at 10:15, and it is now 1:20 in the morning.
It's pretty late.
So, it's not the longest movie, but it was giving Ben-Hur a run for its money.
And this is going to be the movie that we do the Critique the Critics on, so when it's actually up, you'll be able to click right there to see it. But for now, we're going to tell you what we thought. Let's start with the good.
The good. It looked great.
It looked really nice.
If I may throw a negative into the good, is Zack Snyder almost listened to us with the color correction, but
didn't listen at all.
He didn't really when it could. Sometimes Superman seemed a little brighter, but it's all bleach bypass. It's a very pretty film.
It's nice looking. The CG is really nicely done.
Jesse Eisenberg was great. The woman who played Wonder Woman fit perfectly.
She was great. The action sequences, the fighting themselves, whether it was like crazy blown out CG fighting or the actual like physical hand-to-hand type combat,
really
was
well
all
done.
really well done. Yeah,
very very solid. The camera work on there made it feel like there was power and weight behind everything that happened.
And one of the most fun scenes is Batman kicking the crap out of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Really cool style of fighting, using gadgets, everything you want from Batman kicking butt.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
What else do we got?
I mean,
like
they went really dark.
And I was hoping for it to be dark, so I'm gonna chalk that up as a good. I was hoping for DC to take this dark route because it is pretty dark.
Yeah.
DC is a pretty dark comics.
And the plot itself is dark for sure. Obviously, if you saw the trailer, you know that Doomsday's in it.
Looked great.
Looked great.
Obviously, he was CG, but they did a
really
very good job. I got all Italian right there. He did a very good job.
He looked really good, and his fighting was really good. That whole scene, which obviously we're not going to spoil for you, was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really didn't see much flaw in the CG at all.
No,
it was really nicely done.
In the execution of the art form, there's not a lot to complain about.
No.
Some of the bad things would all be solved with one thing, I think. And we're not saying we hate the movie.
No.
But it's time for Zack Snyder to not do this anymore and like maybe produce it and give it up to another director.
Maybe.
Or something, like something like that, because it feels like he cares too much about these characters and just puts everything in there and tries to make them this magical, mystical thing in his head. And you can feel that. I mean, it's a 3-hour movie where you could have easily taken out 20 minutes of slow motion, as well as condensed a few other things. This movie could have ended up being a normal length movie, like a 90 to like...
I think 2-hour movie's fine.
2-hour movie, somewhere in that pocket. And it would have felt a lot better.
Yeah. I think that, you know in movies like, how a lot of movies explain the plot to you in the dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, movies do it all the time where they're like, hey, just so you know, the guys over there are bad, and those guys, they are good, and now they're fighting, or whatever. Like, they explain it.
I want a movie that's the voice.
That's the voice for the whole movie.
Yeah.
No, but, so, that gets annoying, right?
Yeah.
So, Zack Snyder decided to do as far opposite as he possibly could, and basically had like these visual sequences that tell the story or help tell the story, and it, in my opinion, was too much. It was just too much.
Well, that's getting into that fantastical idea of what he has of these characters and how much he personally cares about them, but forgets that it's a movie for people. You know,
I mean, I would have been happy with more story, more dialogue, more plot, so that we can have a better connection to what was going on and the characters themselves. That was kind of the biggest thing with me. I personally, and me and you kind of had a difference in opinion on this. When I heard about Ben Affleck, I thought it was a bad choice. Then, as I saw the trailers, I was like, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Then I saw the movie. I still think he was a bad choice.
I agree with you on the point of they could have found a better Batman. But once again, Zack Snyder had a very like, this is who I want, and you know.
Yeah. I just thought he was.
He saw him in Rounders and just thought, like, you know, that's Batman right there. They could have.
I saw him in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
He wasn't bad. Like, I didn't hate him for it, and it didn't take long for me to see him as Batman Bruce Wayne in the movie. But they could have cast somebody that would have fit that better. Yeah.
I just thought he didn't fit.
Yeah.
I just thought he didn't fit flat out. One of the best things about the movie is you're gonna get excited about Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
And you are gonna get excited that there's gonna be a Wonder Woman movie for sure. That honestly is one of the things it's one of the things I'm leaving the movie with. There's other little teaser things that we won't tell you about because you're gonna want to see them and we don't want to ruin that for you.
And if you've been on IMDb, you know who we're talking about.
For sure.
And they get a solid, 5 minutes combined in it, and it was cool.
It was cool.
They could have taken this particular scene and just threw it into the credits and done a quick 5-minute rewrite to fix that part, because it felt like it was just kind of like slapped into the middle of the movie. A lot of stuff just felt like it was just slapped into parts because he didn't want to get rid of it, and you could feel that it was just like, no, this has to be in here, but it doesn't make any sense. Just put it in there, but just do it kind of thing. Like you could almost see the Snyder arguing with the editor,
right?
For that.
That being said, don't wait all the way to the end of the credits because there is nothing.
Right.
Don't do it. We did it. We did it so you don't have to deal with that.
We watched it in 3D. That just happened to be the time that we could make it too. I actually think it might have made the movie a little bit better in this case. It's very rare for us to believe that. I mean, I
think so too.
After watching the trailer of X-Men Apocalypse in 3D, I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing. It's going to add to the movie, and that was good.
And it wasn't obnoxious.
No.
3D. It was very tasteful. And normally I'm like, I don't care about the 3D thing, but in this case, I think it made it more fun.
It was easy to watch. It didn't hurt. And I'd like to say one more time, guys, that we liked the movie. We're not ripping on it. We're not hating on it. We were just like, if this and this were changed, it would have been an amazing movie.
Yeah, more than anything, I was hoping. I walked in skeptical, but I also walked in hoping that I was going to be kind of proven wrong, I guess, in my own head.
My hopes weren't cut down too much.
Mine ended up like I wanted a great movie. I got a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
The sort of thing where, I wasn't expecting to walk out of it wanting to immediately watch it again, like walking out of Deadpool.
Right.
Because the second I walked out of if it started again, I would have watched Deadpool again. That's how good that movie was. But so I didn't expect that, but I expected it to be more like, the second Thor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, I don't want to watch this necessarily right away the second I finished it.
But maybe I would come back in a couple days. Yeah, or
Yeah.
something.
And I was like, maybe we can maybe we can watch that later on when it comes out on Blu-ray or whatever. I will say this before we actually give you our like crux of everything going on. Why can't you just make, here's two things. One, you're allowed to make a Superman movie that doesn't have Lex Luthor. Although Jesse Eisenberg was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I get that he's like the biggest nemesis and catalyst for a lot of Superman stuff. Every single Superman movie like kind of surrounds itself with Lex Luthor. There's so many other villains. And I get what they did in this one, but they totally could.
There's other people.
There's other villains.
I'm failing to remember like big pertinent ones right
Brainiac.
now.
Bam.
There we go.
I mean, there's other villains that are really cool. And like, it's fine if Lex Luthor's in there, but he's always the main and then the other thing. Or he's like, I'm here, and then there's this little thing over there. Like, you don't have to do that. And then the other thing is, every single Batman movie does not need to show his parents being killed. They figured out a way to show his parents being killed in this movie.
It was really well. It was totally nice to look at, but it was
totally well done.
Unnecessary.
It was totally well done. But at this point, everyone who's going to see Batman, because this movie's what, PG-13, right?
Yeah.
Everyone who's going to see Batman knows how he became Batman. Because they're supposed to be over 13 years old going in there. There was like a 6-year-old kid in there.
Right behind me.
They shouldn't have been.
Right behind me.
Crying when things happen and stuff like that. But at this point, we know. Okay?
Yeah.
We know. We don't need to find that out again. We don't need to have Superman show up on Earth again. We don't need to have Batman's parents die again. Like, we don't.
No.
Like, it doesn't have to be in every single movie. Like, constantly.
Yeah.
But that being...
All
all in all, like my take on it, and then I guess you can say your take on it. My take on it is it's enjoyable, it's fun. As a whole movie, it is not great, but as an experience itself, you'll have fun. You'll definitely have fun. It's really fun to watch. More than anything, I think it's gonna get you excited for the movies that are to come. Like Wonder Woman and the other stuff that DC is going to be doing. I wanted it to be better, but as far as who should see it, if you in any way like Superman, in any way like Batman, in any way like comic books and comic book movies, then you should at the very least see it because you're going to have fun. It might not be a repeat movie, but you'll have fun.
And if you're one of those people who aren't necessarily into that and end up getting kind of like stuck with the group that wants to go, you're not gonna hate it. There's a few things that you'll find funny that might upset your friends in it, and things like that, but it's like we said, it's not terrible. It's palatable for the people that aren't into that stuff, and it is good enough for most fans to be able to go in and watch it and pay for the ticket price and help boost its sales. And we'll see what Ben Affleck does in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Because he's in there apparently too,
Yeah,
or at least part of him is. So.
And we're of course excited to see that.
And I'm letting you give him a chance to grow into his role.
Sure. I mean, I just didn't like the performance.
I don't hate an actor because of me just like having a personal like I hate this person. I give everybody a chance.
Sure. And I gave him a chance, and I just didn't like his performance. Yeah. I've liked him in things, and I did not like him in this. But that being said, if you want to see more from us, more reviews, Critique the Critics, where we make fun of critics in very, very stupid ways.
Because we're very, very stupid people.
For sure. You can click right up there. And actually, like we said, on Tuesday, we're going to be having a Critique the Critics on the movie we just reviewed. So let us know if you've seen this movie yet, if you're planning on seeing the movie, what you think, or what you're excited about, or what you're really, really pissed off about. If you're pissed off about something, I'm sure people are mad at it.
There's fanboys somewhere going one way or the other.
I'm
it's
sure.
Either the perfect movie or the worst movie ever. That's just
for sure
what's going to happen.
But let us know that stuff in the comments, so we can keep chatting with you, and throw this thing a like if you had a good time. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Boss Level 8. Because we got all this stuff we want to talk to you about, and we want to make you laugh in stupid ways.
And, you know, have you yell at us.
Yeah,
because you're allowed. It's a free country.
For true.
It's a free YouTube.
For true.
Until we see you guys next time,
Geek out and game on.